How's it going, guys? It is your boy Poppy Wolf, and welcome back to another episode of Remake Our Life. And before I say anything, just know my voice is literally shot. I'm sick, I'm healing, but that doesn't take away from the fact that we need to be talking about this because God almighty, did this episode throw me for a loop. Okay, so let's just talk about this. Let's just talk about the episode, how it begins. It picks up where we last left off with, of course, Kyoya teaching Nanako how to sing, how to like not teaching her, but like inspiring her that she has a voice, that there's little things she can change and stuff. It seems like through the past couple months, or at least for the past couple weeks, she's been learning with Sugimoto, the big chubby opera dude, who's been tuning her singing, helping her relearn the basics, and he's been at least tuning her like an instrument. She just needed a little bit of fine tuning, and that's what he was able to do. The whole festival's kind of the girls keep using the excuse as the festival, the reason why they're so in their feelings or why they're so bubbly or like very affectionate, and I can kind of concur, but at the same time too, they're using it as an excuse to like not really touch on the basis of what they really are feeling. This episode has a lot of stuff, so it might run a little long, and I'm so sorry because there's so much to unpack. There's so much to unpack from this episode. So as the episode continues, we know that they're setting up the maid cafe, and the maid cafe is what the club is doing for the festival. It's funny enough to see Kyoya get embarrassed when he sees Nanako and Shinoaki just like looking like baddies, and he's like, oh well, and then of course you see Loli senpai. She comes out here, she's already like, oh, I'm taking over too, because you guys need extra hands on deck. He's cooking, and there's already like this big flirtatious moment between him and Shinoaki, where she takes this rice thing off his face, and they're just they're very much passing glances at each other. And at the same time too, earlier in the episode, Nanako jumps into his chest and it's like, I'm sorry, I've never had somebody that important in my life who supported me like this, Definitely the girls are very, the episode's title, Reveal Your Feelings, and I was kind of hoping it was a play on words, and it was, but not the way I expected. But we'll continue to that point when I get across to the ending of the episode. So as we continue on with the episode, we go back to the little dorm room, and Tsurayuki comes back and he's like, yo, what's wrong with you guys? I'm like, bro, running a maid cafe is literally intense. It is crazy. And Tsurayuki's like, oh, I might have to show by, just because I want to watch this movie. And of course, it seems like he's been trying to hit on Nanako in his own bad boy kind of way, in his own like if I just approach a healthy distance and a healthy amount of flirting, like that'll make her see me, or like at least make her interested in me. And I feel like it kind of does, but it didn't at the same time, because during that whole experience, we have him end up saying that he was going to go to see it, and of course there's this little moment where I feel like the argument between them is very considerate of like two people flirting, because Shinoaki and of course Kyoya look at each other and kind of like like they know something but they don't know something, like they're basically saying like these two are gonna get together eventually, like it only makes sense, and they have like that little inside joke between them, like, oh yeah, these two are gonna end up together. And then come the next day of the festival, we have Kasigawa show up, and Kasigawa's like, oh, like, I wanted to see her, I wanted to apologize. And of course Kyoya's like, no, you don't ever have to apologize, like what you did was set her on the path that she has to be on, and you are just you were the catalyst. But I luckily enough was able to like convince her to continue this seriously, and anything that you do is not going to be taken in vain. And then of course she plays off that she doesn't want to get the pancakes, and she does her own thing. The episode really does play off like a slice of life in the first half, but it's the second half where as he's exploring all the other parts of the festival with Shinoaki, he goes to the art festival and he sees a name that is very familiar. It's an art piece that's very similar to Shinoaki, but at the same time he's trying to figure out what does it mean and what is it, and then like just trying to think of it. I assume that this is an artist that is on the same, like on this, like someone that's important enough to trigger him. He collapses, has like I want to say it's like a mini aneurysm he has, and he wakes up in Shinoaki, and they have this little tender moment where they're about to kiss, and then I was like, oh, they're about to kiss, I'm so happy, and then bam, phone call, and then they get hit with the phone call, and it's just like, oh damn, the last band couldn't come. They're straggling for like performance, and it's like we have to pick someone. Yes, it's gonna suck. And then it's just like, oh well, Nanako. And then of course Nanako's like, what? Why me? I'm so shy. She runs away. Of course, Kyoya goes and saves the day. But there's a moment between Tsuruyuki and Nanako before this incident where they're kind of casually flirting, and it's very much like the standoff-ish flirting where he's like, damn, I was hoping to see cute maids here, but I guess I'll have to settle for you. And she's like, you should be so lucky. Like, it's one of those moments where like the flirting between them is very like not hostile, but it's very like jabbing, while the flirting between her and Kyoya is very wholesome to him. He just thinks he's helping his friend. He doesn't see her in that way, not necessarily because he doesn't think she's attractive, but because he'd rather just make sure she gets on her right path. He believes himself to be the person to help his friends reach their true potential, which is an admirable quality which I admire a lot in Kyoya's character, which I can resonate well with. But of course, the episode, there's the big thing is whether she's ready to do this. Can she sing in front of many people after she runs away, and Tsuruyuki's like wants to run after her, and of all people to do it, it's Kyoya. Kyoya runs after her and is the one to bring her back, and then Tsuruyuki's the one who stalls for time and whatnot. Then we get the cool reveal that it turns out that the pop idol Nana from the future of Kyoya is actually Nanako, which of course makes sense. And then as she's singing, and this is her first performance, and she's been learning and fine-tuning her thing, of all people to like kind of figure out like the man behind the scandal, it's Kasugawa, who's like, what did you do? How did you do this? And he goes, look, we posted her videos online, we took the criticism and we took the haters' criticism, the actual hater criticism, were a little too much, like on the more negative side, and we were able to use that along with Sugimoto. They were using everything, the feedback, the singing, they were using everything to help fine-tune her into the idol that she's going to eventually become. And you could see that there's a proudness in his eyes when it comes to this, because for Kyoya, he's like, dang, I finally realized who I just met. It's a nice to meet you, Nana. Like, he realized that the big pop idol in his time is none other than the girl he helped kind of fine-tune and create. The thing I'm assuming is, by him interviewing in this past, he's allowing their futures that would eventually be in 10 years, he's diminishing the time to, I want to say, at least 5. Like, he's making them famous while they're growing. They're gonna even reach they're gonna go beyond the stars and touch the moon. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I feel like Kyoya is doing in this timeline, or in this branch timeline of events. Along with that, we get this whole big thing right after the concert where Nanako's looking for Kyoya, and of course Tsuruyuki looks very disappointed when he's waiting for her back there, and he's like, oh, don't worry about it. Like, he obviously wants to be the one who's there for her at the end, but she runs away. And before this, when she's singing her feelings, she's like, I hope my singing reaches their feelings. I was like, oh, okay, that's the title. The title is not about her revealing her feelings for Kyoya. I was like, okay, that makes sense. It's about her revealing her feelings to her fans, and then Shinoaki revealing her feelings to Kyoya. I was like, okay, I'm okay with this title. But then it's the ending, man, that fucks me up. It's the ending where she runs away. She's like, I'll go look for him. She doesn't even say Tsuruyuki. She doesn't even pay him attention. He wants to go straight to Kyoya. When she finds Kyoya, she gets him a treat and everything, and she sees a sight that I don't think she even is going to be able to like process. He sees, I guess, Shinoaki's bad bitch, bro. She already knows what she wants. He's like, look, I want to take you alone time with you. They're together, they're hanging out. She gets up and she makes the move on him, and she blames it's the festival, so that's making me feel like very forward. My first instinct was like, bullshit, bitch, you've been wanting to kiss this guy since like he said he's in love with your art. But seeing Nanako right there just looking at it, I was like, no, because my biggest fear with this show was like, please don't put them against each other. Like, don't make this a love triangle, don't make this any harder than it's supposed to be. I get it, it's gonna make great drama and it's an interesting storyline to pursue, but I honestly was really hoping that the events from this would just be very platonic between him and Nanako. I wanted it to be entertained that a possible romance could be, but then the second that one person makes a move on the other person, it's just the whole triangle of power is not there. I would have liked it if Shinoaki was a little bit more shy with her feelings. That way Nanako who was a little bit more forward with her feelings. It would have been like an interesting development. But now we got ourselves in a four-way, I feel like a four-way love triangle, love square, where I don't know what's gonna happen, man. I didn't even watch the preview because I didn't want to spoil myself. Remake Our Life is insane right now, guys. I definitely give this episode an A, bro. Like, it definitely caught me off guard. I was not expecting this. Remake Our Life is not disappointing me at all. Every episode has been wonderful, and God, it just knows how to sink you in the drama, bro. Such a good anime, bro. Remake Our Life is one of my favorites. My voice is killing me, guys. I'm gonna end the episode here. This is your boy Poppy Wolf. This is the Sadistic Spirit Guide Yokai saying peace out, peace and love, and adios. And hopefully by next week my voice is a lot better.